Hi, welcome to this video on the Improvement Kata brought to you by Kata School Northeast. In this video, we will be walking through the first part of step 3 of process analysis, operating patterns. So process analysis is part of step 2 of the Improvement Kata, which is grasping the current condition. Process analysis is about really understanding your current condition and consists of these steps. Today, we're just going to be looking at the first part of step 3. So the first part of step 3 is asking and answering, what is the typical pattern of work? What this really means is that you need to draw how the work happens in a block diagram. So here's an example of a block diagram. A block diagram shows the step-by-step pattern of how the work is done. It has detailed steps that are specific. There's time for each step, an overall pattern time, and generally will depict where people are working within the pattern. It can also show work in process and anything else that might be relevant to the process that you are looking at. The way to capture these details is to go see this process, and that will take you several iterations to really get a good, clear block diagram. It's important here to only capture what's really happening and be as detailed as you can. It's much easier to get less detailed later if needed than to have to go back and observe again to get the greater detail that you need. Here's another example of a block diagram. So if you've seen our previous videos, you may recognize this challenge. Wouldn't it be great if by April 14th, 2024, the clowns are experts in 20 more stunts, feats, and hilarious acts so that our audience leaves with more joy than they came in with? So with this challenge, here is a potential block diagram that you would observe. So if you're looking at the daily clown practice where they're going to learn those additional stunts, you might see the group stretching for 5 minutes, and that may consist of 10 people. The next step may be an improv exercise, which the group endeavors on for 20 minutes. Maybe they then split up into specialty groups, and that takes about a minute to split up. There are 2 groups of 3, 1 group of 4. They then go practice specialties for 20 minutes in those same groups. Then they do a cool down for 5 minutes altogether. And then everybody leaves, but the captains stay behind and discuss the practice plan for tomorrow for 9 minutes. So this is an example of a block diagram that consists of all of those characteristics that we talked about. Detailed steps of what is happening in the pattern, time per step, overall pattern time, and then people. So here are some tips and tricks for operating patterns and block diagrams. So this is not a process or value stream map. All you're really doing is blocking out the process as you see it. You don't need to look at information flow, material flow, any of that. The other thing you may have noticed in those examples is the blocks are directly next to each other. So this is a very simple map that does not have all of the detail of a standard process or value stream map. Another tip is that you really do need to observe that process several times, and if possible, draw a block diagram each time you observe it. Those repetitions will help you really uncover and understand what's happening in that process, and it's really good practice for drawing block diagrams. For your first ones, make sure it's a process you can actually go and see. So as an example, a process that has a physical object that comes out, or something that you can videotape, but it's something external to people that is physically happening, as opposed to a process where you are thinking and like creating content or creating something. Thinking processes can be observed and written into block diagrams, but they are much more challenging. So for the first one, definitely recommend pick a process that you can physically go see. And again, process analysis and grasping the current condition is a judgment-free zone. It doesn't matter what your current process does or looks like. The point is to observe what is currently happening, not to go make changes or point out everything that's wrong. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you'd like to learn more about the improvement kata, check out our other videos. And if you'd like to join us for live learning events, email us at kmallory@kataschoolnortheast.org. Thank you so much.